Ladies and gentlemen, close your eyes and travel back to February 11th, 1847. The frontier town of Milan, Ohio. Population 1,300. A bustling canal hub where timber rafts glide south toward Lake Erie, fueling the young nation's insatiable hunger for lumber. In a modest log cabin on the edge of town, Samuel Ogden Edison Jr., a fiery Canadian rebel who'd fled the 1837 Upper Canada Rebellion after printing and distributing seditious anti-British pamphlets, and his devoted wife Nancy Matthews Elliott, a principled former schoolteacher from Vienna, New York, welcomed their seventh child into a world lit only by smoky whale oil lamps costing 50 cents a gallon and dangerous gas jets that ignite 1 in 4 homes annually. They name him Thomas Alva Edison, but family calls him Al. Samuel, ever the entrepreneur, scrapes by as a shingle maker, land speculator, and trader of timber and grain. The family, 6 surviving children after infant losses, faces constant upheaval as canal silting chokes Milan's economy by 1854. They trek 12 miles north to raw frontier Port Huron, Michigan, where Lake Huron meets the St. Clair River. Young Al enters a world of grit and ingenuity. No electricity, no recorded music, no motion pictures. Communication? Pony Express fading, telegraph wires humming Morse code across prairies. Al's not your typical child. Pale, sickly from recurrent fevers, he's endlessly curious, asking why about everything from sunsets to steam engines. Formal schooling? A disastrous 3 months in a one-room schoolhouse under strict teacher James Conway Morey. The educator brands young Al addled, too stupid, a hopeless daydreamer. Nancy, outraged and fiercely protective, yanks him out at age 7, declaring to Samuel, "My son is a genius. No common school can hold him." Homeschooling begins in earnest. Virgil's Aeneid, Edward Gibbon's Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, Washington Irving's Tales of Sleepy Hollow, algebra through Oliver Burns' colorful Euclidean geometry, and Michael Faraday's experimental researches in electricity. Al devours 500 books from Port Huron's library, building mental cathedrals while his peers drill ABCs. Tragedy at age 4. Scarlet fever ravages his middle ear, causing mastoid inflammation. By age 12, he's profoundly deaf in both ears, some say from fever, others from chemical experiments. No self-pity for Al. It was the greatest blessing, he'd later claim. Noise never distracted me. Ideas roared louder than any crowd. Age 12, spring 1860. Al becomes a news butcher on the Grand Trunk Railroad's Port Huron to Detroit run, 100 miles daily, dawn to dusk. He hawks Detroit Free Press, 3-cent copy, candy, peanuts, 5 cents a pound, apples, 10 cents a dozen, earning $10 a week, princely sum for a boy. Profits fund his passion, basement laboratory from Huff's chemical manual. He mixes sulfuric acid, phosphorus glows eerily, nitro compounds. Neighbors' chickens go deaf from fumes. Heroic moment. Station master Jimmy Mackenzie's 2-year-old son falls on tracks toward oncoming train. Al yanks him safe. Reward? Unused boxcar as private chemistry lab rolling 100 miles daily. Experiments thrive. Phosphorus luminescence studies, telegraph sounder experiments mimicking Morse clicks. Disaster strikes 1862. Phosphorus ignites boxcar laboratory. Conductor physically throws Al off train. Undaunted, 15-year-old Al invests $200 candy profits in a steam-powered printing press, launches Grand Trunk Herald, America's first train newspaper. Civil War frenzy, perfect timing. Extras on Shiloh, 20,000 casualties. Antietam, 23,000 dead. Gettysburg, 51,000 total. Circulation hits 400 paying subscribers. Telegraph beckons at 15, $25 a month clicking Morse at Stratford Junction, then Mount Clemens, Louisville. Civil War dispatches flow. Vicksburg surrender. Lincoln assassination horror. By 1864, Boston works for Western Union pioneer Lawrence Livermore on revolutionary private line stock ticker. Hearing almost gone, reads lips flawlessly, feels key vibrations through wooden tables. 1868, Pivot, Rochester, meets Franklin Pope, electrical wizard. Quits telegraphy at 21, freelances electrical engineering. First patent, June 1st, 1869. Electrochemical telegraph vote recorder. Flops spectacularly, Congress uninterested in efficiency. But die cast, from newsboy to inventor. Penniless but determined, 22-year-old Al eyes New York City. Opportunity or oblivion? Let's roll the dice. The American dream ignites in gaslit chaos. July 1869, Thomas Alva Edison arrives in New York City. $1.50 a week, 6th Avenue boarding house, sleeping on workbenches. America reels from Black Friday gold crash, Wall Street frenzied. Fate knocks. Gold stock reporting telegraph, heart of trading floor, fails mid-session, halting deals worth millions. 22-year-old Al studies the wreckage 2 hours, rebuilds from scratch overnight. Fixed by morning bell. Law's Gold Indicator Company hires him $300 a month, equivalent to $7,000 today. Genius confirmed. Brain explodes ideas, designs universal stock ticker, printing last sale prices automatically via synchronized electromagnetic impulses. Sells prototype to Western Union 1870 for $40,000 cash. Millionaire at 23. Marries Mary Jane Stillwell, 16-year-old Newark telegraph assistant, Christmas Day 1871. Daughter Marion Dot, born 1872. Newark machine shops hum. Automatic telegraph repeaters, 1872 duplex, two-way single wire. Quadruplex telegraph, 1874 bombshell. Quadruplex masterpiece, 4 messages simultaneously, 2 each direction on 1 copper wire using cleverly phase-shifted alternating currents. Morse code battles Phelps patent infringement suit. Edison triumphs. Western Union stunned, pays $30,000 immediate plus endless royalties. Total $150,000 fortune by 1876. Funds wildest dream, the world's first industrial research laboratory. 1876, Menlo Park, New Jersey. Invention factory on 34 acres overlooking the Raritan Valley. $40,000 investment yields 2-story shingled laboratory, glass-blowing shop, woodworking shop, chemistry lab, physics lab, library, 10,000 volumes, dormitories. Steam engine powers machine tools, DC generators hum constantly. Epic vow to journalists, we will make practical every single minor improvement, and major ones too. Before America's 1876 centennial, we'll have new marvel. Team of 30 muckers, precision machinist Charles Batchelor, future Lord Batchelor. Glassblower Francis Gell, 16 from Austria. Yale math and physics genius Francis Upton. Swiss master machinist John Cruchy. Showman Edward Johnson. First triumphs Cascade. 1876 acoustic telegraph relay, amplifies weak signals. 1877 carbon button telephone transmitter, revolutionizes Alexander Graham Bell's weak invention. Variable resistance microphone, using lamp black carbon granules compressed by diaphragm pressure, boosts volume 20x. Now families hear clearly across continents. Western Union sues AT&T for patent supremacy, settles out of court. Edison pockets $100,000 licensing. Telephone enters American homes. December 6, 1877, phonograph miracle electrifies the world. Deceptively simple, grooved tinfoil-wrapped metal cylinder, 4 inches in diameter, hand crank screw mechanism, diaphragm-mounted steel stylus. Edison shouts into the horn, Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went. Cranks backward, tinny but unmistakable playback.
Scientific American screams, "An astonishing invention. It is perfectly wonderful." Voices literally from the grave. President Rutherford Hayes invites demonstration to the White House. Variants proliferate. Wax paper cylinders, hard rubber bases. Edison calls it "my baby and favorite among 1,000 children." Commercial explosion. 1888 Columbia Phonograph Company cylinder players, $150, 500,000 sold by the 1890s. Enrico Caruso's operas, John Philip Sousa marches, ragtime banjos fill American parlors. Victor talking machine, 1901, sells 5 million cylinders by 1910. Modern music industry born from Menlo Park tinfoil. Bonus gems, 1878 microtasometer, selenium heat sensor measures distant star temperatures, astronomy revolution.
September 1878. Edison declares war on darkness. Gas jets inefficient, 15 lumens per watt, smoky, explosive, 25% urban homes catch fire yearly. Whale oil, $1 a gallon. Goal, safe 16-cent per night home bulb lasting 1,200 hours. British patents inspire. Joseph Swan's arc lamps, Humphrey Davy's 1802 arc discovery. Edison forms Edison Electric Light Company, 300K Wall Street capital, Drexel, Morgan backing. Menlo team launches Epic Quest. Tests 6,000 plant and animal materials. Carbonized sewing thread glows 13.5 hours partial vacuum. Platinum filaments melt. Eureka, October 1878. Iridium platinum alloy. Public demo, January 1879. 40 consecutive hours brilliant white light, but short life. Final breakthrough, September 1879. Bamboo silk from Yedo, Japan. Carbonized filament in all-glass vacuum bulb with screw base, push-button switch. Glows steady 1,200 hours at 1.25 amps, 110 volts. Patent 223898, January 27, 1880. Electric lamp. Not first inventor. Davy arc, 1802. Swan incandescent, 1860. Edison perfects practical, mass-producible at 40 cents each, down from $1. Edison Machine Works, 1880, churns Edison lamps. Climax, September 4, 1882. Pearl Street Station launches. NYC Financial District. 6 jumbo DC dynamos, 80 kilowatts each, 600 RPM, coal-fired steam engines, underground lead-sheathed cables. Lights 59 customers. J.P. Morgan's Bank, Stock Exchange. 5,000 lamps across 13 acres continuously. 93% uptime, 0 fires. First investor-owned central power station births electric utility industry. By 1884, 500,000 Edison lamps illuminate the globe. War of currents explodes. DC perfect short range, but voltage drops over distance, expensive thick copper cables. George Westinghouse licenses Nikola Tesla's polyphase AC system, 1888, 7 revolutionary patents, induction motor, transformers. AC transmits cheap long distance, but dangerous high voltage. Edison launches PR apocalypse. Funds engineer Harold Brown electrocuting stray dogs, calves, and horses with AC. 1,000 volts kills instantly versus DC burns. 1890, New York adopts AC for first electric chair. William Kemmler agonizing 17 seconds at 2,000 volts. 1903, Luna Park, Coney Island. Topsy circus elephant executed publicly. 6,600 volts AC plus 640 volts DC plus 1,000 pounds cyanide. Propaganda film suppressed. Tactics backfire spectacularly. Tesla Westinghouse win. 1896, Niagara Falls Hydroelectric, AC, 5,000 HP, powers Buffalo 20 miles away. Edison pivots ironically to AC equipment manufacturing. But motion pictures steal the spotlight. 1889 kinetograph camera,
perforated 35mm celluloid strip, 46 frames per second. Kinetoscope peep show viewer, 50-foot film loops. 1889 test films, Monkey Shines numbers 1 through 3. 1893 blacksmith scene, first public screening. Black Maria Studio, world's first movie studio, rotates to track sunlight. 1894, 10 kinetoscope parlors nationwide collect 250,000 quarters daily, $25,000 a week. Vitascope projector, 1896, launches theater era. The Kiss shocks audiences. 1880s bonus explosions. 1880 voltmeter, first practical electrical measurement. 1878 megaphone, funnels voice 500 yards. 1887 dictating machine, Edison's office voice memos. 1887 electric railway locomotive, 3-mile Menlo Park demo track. 1899 alkaline storage battery, nickel iron, powers 100,000 electric cars 1910 to 1930. 1899 Portland cement mixer, Edison supplies 10% U.S. output by 1910. Menlo Park yields 400 patents in 6 years, research and development model born. Genius extracts heavy toll. First wife Mary Jane Stillwell dies August 1884, age 29, morphine overdose compounded by tuberculosis and pregnancy stress. 3 children, daughter Marion Dot succeeds as homemaker. Sons Thomas Jr. and William launch humiliating electric battery scams 1880s. Al, furious, publicly disowns sham enterprises. 1886 meets Mina Miller, 19, daughter of Ohio inventor Lewis Miller. Courtship via private Morse code finger tapping on palm. WANT 2 MARRYME. She blinks yes. February 24, 1886 wedding. 6 more children, total 6 surviving. Mina provides 45-year stability, builds Grand Llewellyn Park Glenmont Estate, now NPS Historic Site. Friendships define character. Millionaire Camping Club. Henry Ford calls Edison my father. Harvey Firestone, tires. Luther Burbank, plants. John Burroughs, nature writing. 1914 to 1921, vagabonds road trips in yellow Packard, brainstorming America's industrial future around campfires. World War I, Edison chairs Naval Consulting Board, 45 inventions, including anti-submarine detectors, torpedo protectors, smoke screens, ship camouflage. 1900s ventures falter. $10 million lost milling low-grade New Jersey iron ore. Magnetic separation process brilliant, but uneconomic. Concrete phonograph records, gold-based domestic records flop commercially. 1915 talking motion pictures attempted, sync issues plague. 1920s total deafness isolates, but workaholism endures. Communicates via notepad. Hell, there are no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something, lab sign declares. October 18, 1931, Thomas Alva Edison dies age 84 at Glenmont from diabetes complications. Nation mourns. Broadway to Golden Gate, streetlights dim for 1 minute. First nationwide tribute to Inventor. Over 1,093 U.S. patents, 2,332 worldwide. Births research and development model. GE Labs, Bell Labs, Silicon Valley. Phonograph spawns Victor, RCA, modern Spotify. Motion pictures birth Hollywood, MGM, Oscars. Electric utilities serve 90% American homes by 1935. Controversies shadow brilliance. Credit disputes with Nikola Tesla, AC system, Lewis Latimer, carbon filament improvement, Francis Upton, bulb mathematics, Charles Batchelor, precision execution. Quotes immortalize. I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Light bulb. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. American Dream Incarnate. Canal newsboy becomes the world's richest inventor. West Orange Laboratories preserve 500,000 artifacts, 75,000 lab books. National Historic Site. Visit and touch history. Edison didn't just light our homes, he illuminated human possibility. In darkness, one man's vision sparked eternal light. Thank you, Mr. Edison.